Good afternoon, James here with Dunsmore Moving Dirt. Just had a landowner bring me down here and show me this pond here. He wants a new one right here. As you can see, it's been broke before and it's been broke for a while, and he doesn't have really another spot to put one. There's a lot of oil field here, and this is about the only spot we can put one without digging up an old well or lines and everything. Most of the water, there's a lot of water comes down through where them hay bales are, and right through there I built a tank here 3 or 4 years ago, and it catches what water comes from underneath the road out of that brush. But he's going to have a fence up here now. This is going to be a different pasture, so he's got to have water right here. So I'm going to try to fix him something here and kind of redo this old one and see how much I can get dug out of it, and at the same time fix it where it don't go through the hole again. So got a lot of work just cleaning it up and getting it where you can see. And this part right here, the dam, that may be part of the hole now. I may have to take it over toward that, and there's a big washout on the other side of that dam there where the water's been going around and through. And so anyway, that's the next project. We're just going to wait and start it after Thanksgiving and everything. So I'll let you see what that looks like once we get it cleared off, where we can kind of see what we got to do and take some shots. There's power lines everywhere and kind of a problem deal, but I think I can get him a hole there. So y'all be sure tomorrow's Thanksgiving. I hope y'all have a time you can spend with your family and friends and just kind of be thankful for what the good Lord's give us. We just take a lot for granted anymore. So I know we set aside one day to give thanks for what he's provided us, but really we need to be thankful every day for what he's given us. Our life, air to breathe, and food to eat, and roof over our heads and everything. So just anyway, just take time tomorrow just to give God the glory and thanks for what he's provided for you this past year and what he's going to provide for you in years to come. So until then, this is Dunsmore Moving Dirt. We'll talk to y'all later. Showing y'all where we're going to look at about the work on the new tank. And what I did, I come in, I was needing to change some end bits. So what I did, I had a set that was pretty good, but most of the time what you do, if you'll change your end bits before this right here gets too wore out, it'll keep the pressure off of these. And these are a set that I built up before, so you can see they're quite a bit taller than these. Just stick your hand under there, but you can go through about 2 sets of end bits per side until you flip it over. I've already had this one flipped. This has already been run on the ground, but this side hadn't. So I'm just trying to get a little bit more out of this cutting edge by putting these end bits on, and it'll keep it up off the ground a little bit. And whenever you do that, it just kind of helps save a little metal and everything, and it helps it dig a little bit better, because your end bits should be what hits the ground first. This one's hanging down, you can see, so they're a little bit taller than these are right here, but these are all hard surfaced and stuff, so they'll last quite a bit. And when these start getting wore down to where this is hitting the ground again, it's probably time to pull everything off and put a new one on there. So that's just one little deal. Some people don't fool with it. Some people just run them till they hit the moldboard. But anytime you see a bulldozer with the front end raised up trying to push the blade in the ground, all you're doing is wearing all your back rollers out. You're wearing your sprockets, you're hard on your pins. So the less you can rear up the front end of a bulldozer and put pressure on the back end trying to put the blade in the ground. So it just helps a little bit. It's just little secrets like that. Some people, I put X's on mine when they're brand new, and because I try to get more than one use out of them, I'll pull them off in time so that I can build the edge back up a little bit. And this is just a one-time deal. It just kind of keeps that dirt from getting these to thin. These are already thinner than the end bits. The thickness on these is about 3/4 of an inch, and your end bits are 1 inch thick, which they need to be, because this is what you usually pry and stuff with. You're not supposed to, but you hit something with this, and if they was that thin, they'd break off and everything. So when I get them brand new, I'll put the X's on them just to keep it from getting washed out, and put my hard surface on there the very first time. And then in between, when I flip them, I'll usually have a set of end bits, a U set like this, that I'll put on there before I flip it to the other side. But always put a new cutting edge, put new end bits the first time you run them, and it just helps them last that much longer. And it don't really take no much. The worst thing you can do is run them till they get way up here, if they get this short, and then try to build them up, and that just takes so much metal, you'd be sitting there welding forever. But if you can put 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch on there, pretty simple, and that's worth doing it. But any more than that, you just might as well just throw them away and start over. Here's a set of end bits that I pulled off before I put them on there. You can see a new set's beside them. This is how much is wore off of this set right here, and there's still quite a bit on there. But anyway, I'll build them up, and before I put this new set on there, I'll have it X'd. You don't have to build nothing up on these. All you got to do is just put your hard surface. I always put one pass right on the edge and one pass here, and then about that far up the back side on these of hard surface rod. And then if I ever have to rebuild them again, I'll use 70/18s, and then just put the hard surface on top of that. That hard surface is expensive. You don't want to just build the cutting edge up with it. So here's a set that I pulled off, and I might can get one more out of them, but every little bit helps. If you can get a little bit more out of something without just throwing it away once it's in the junk pile, all it is scrap iron then. So anyway, that's just a tip y'all might want to know. That's why I hard surface everything and keep them changed. And not everybody, we can't change them as often as we like to. Sometimes we're out on the job or got another one to go to, and it's easier to do at the shop where you got your big impact and everything. So anyway, that's just tip of the day, you can call it. So again, thank y'all for watching these videos. If you hadn't subscribed, need you to do that so we can get this channel to grow. So again, y'all have a blessed Thanksgiving.